I'm gonna be showing you how to turn your roast chicken leftover into a delicious lunch. And if it's first time we meet, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more weekly recipes. Start by preheating your oven at 200 degrees Celsius or about 400 Fahrenheit. While the oven is heating up, get about a quarter of cabbage and simply slice it on the mandolin. Bring some extra health benefits and a touch of color, with a half grated carrot. Done with the slicing, done with the grating, now let's get into seasoning. Add a good pinch of salt and a bit less of black pepper. As acid, add the juice from a half lemon. You can also consider white wine vinegar, but to be honest, for this recipe at least, I believe that it really works better with lemon juice. Combine all the ingredients together and set the bowl aside for later, so the acid and the seasoning have enough time to develop. Now to the chicken. Oh boy, we finally managed to get to the chicken. Since it's already cooked, this only needs some reheating. So get this into a bowl, wrap the bowl in cling film, and in the microwave it goes. In about 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half, it should be ready. You could definitely do this process without microwaving the meat, but by microwaving it you have a lot easier life when you have to pick the meat from the bones. While the chicken is microwaving, get a few rashes of bacon into the oven. I usually prefer streaky bacon, but it just happened that that's all I found in the shop. If it was streaky bacon, I probably would have cooked it in a pan, so you get that nice fat rendering. But there is no much flavor coming out of this bacon anyway, so I'm just gonna chuck it into the oven. Cook the bacon for about 8 to 10 minutes, or until it starts getting that nice golden brown color on top. The time is up. Once the chicken is out from the microwave, remove all the meat from the bones. Remove the cartridges and shred the chicken into smaller pieces. This recipe can be definitely made with fresh chicken cooked from scratch. Whether it's breast or legs, they both gonna work well for this recipe. But the whole point of this video is to show you how to cook with leftover chicken, so that's what we're doing. Moving on, set a pan on medium-high heat and add about 25 grams of butter. This will soften the meat, but apart from that, the butter will bring some nice flavor into the dish. Cook the leftover chicken for about 10 minutes, or until you see it getting that nice golden brown color. We are multitasking a bit because your bacon should be ready by now. Remove it from the heat and chop it up. In strips or diced, it doesn't really matter. If you kind of want to speed up the process and you don't want to use bacon, then you can use regular ham. That's definitely an alternative. Add the chopped bacon to the shredded chicken, which as you can see, it starts getting that nice golden brown color we were talking about. Combine everything together and now let's start seasoning. Begin with the salt, but just a pinch because the bacon is salty enough already. Follow with the pepper, pretty much the same amount, and now other seasoning to consider. A quarter of teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter of teaspoon of Cajun spice, and a quarter of teaspoon of smoked paprika. To be honest, you don't have to use exactly the same measurements I used, adjust the seasoning to your liking. Back to the carrots and cabbage mix, we are gently squeezing out some of that juice. This forms when the acid and the salts combine together. As a result, your cabbage gets also a lot more tender. In this combination, add about 3 tablespoons of mayo. I like using homemade mayo as much as possible, but if you can't be bothered, just get the shop-bought jar out and that will do the job. You should be able to find the mayo recipe on my channel, but if you need more details, drop me a comment down below. Get the tortilla wraps out and now let's put everything together. Start with the coleslaw. A large tablespoon of that will do the job. Follow with the shredded chicken, and now you can grate some of your favorite cheese, whichever that is, but today I'm using a regular cheddar. And a little warning here, if you really care about your wraps to be perfectly shaped, you might want to add less filling, but if you are like me, just fill them up to the top. Try to roll the wraps tight so they don't unfold during cooking. Use a panini machine, or you can even consider toasting them into a griddle pan. Since the chicken is already warm, 2 minutes on each side will do the trick. Once out of the panini machine or from the griddle pan, serve immediately with garlic mayo, barbecue sauce, or whichever your favorite dip is. And if you found this recipe helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, it really helps. I'll see you next week.